I would
Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah.
Good example.
Yeah, the guy's
Just
fucking
fucking
like a governor or some shit.
He's the He's
Congressman
like
or
the
something over
mayor
there.
of Thailand.
The Philippines. He's not from Thailand.
No, exactly. And he lives in the place by the Beverly Center with 8 of his cousins.
Oh, does he really?
Yeah, no, like when they come for fights, they stay at the Palazzo.
Hey, what are you doing? Why would you say that?
Because they show it on the. Because they show it on that show.
Oh, that's so stupid.
And there's a gate.
Why would they do that?
Yeah.
How many nutty people are waiting outside for him every day?
Fight him.
To fight him?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. He goes to Wild Card Jam. They know where he goes.
Yeah,
that's the kind of thing. When you're that kind of badass, it's like, all right, so go. What are you going to do?
We filmed him. I went there for Tosh's show, and Tosh was going to let Manny Pacquiao punch him in the head, and I was his corner man, and he really hit him. He was very nice about it.
Right.
Like the first couple times he hit him, he like barely hit him.
Right.
And
were you going to say gingerly?
No, I was searching for a word, but gingerly would apply. That's a good word. But the amount of people that were there, it was insane. The amount
Just
of people
there. That are just there.
They're there.
Downstairs
They
in that
weren't
parking
there
lot?
because of Tasha's show. They were there because that's where Manny Pacquiao trained.
Yeah.
And I mean, this was, I guess, like a year ago, maybe less than a year ago, maybe a year.
Less than a year, probably.
And so he's only gotten even more popular since then.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a goddamn superhero.
Yeah.
And there's a restaurant, a Thai restaurant that you eat at downstairs, and it's got all pictures of him on the wall because that's where he eats.
Yeah.
Dude, they know where to, you can find Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah, you can find him, but it's just, what are you going to... So that's... And he's a humble dude.
Oh, he's the nicest guy ever.
Yeah.
He's a sweetheart. Yeah.
That is that weird thing that fighters have where it's that you're like, where you don't really brag.
Well, I think when you get to be the point of Manny Pacquiao, why would he brag? I mean, that guy probably can't believe how
what do you make of
amazing
Mayweather then?
His life is. Well, that's sort of part of it is his shtick. And it's also part of it is why he's become so successful. And it's also part of it is his environment. And if you look at, I mean, there's no better example than those shows, those HBO series when they follow him. Because if you follow his life, man, his father was in jail, okay? Yeah. His father talks mad shit to him. They talk mad shit to each other.
Forth,
like he's saying to his father, he goes, you ain't nothing. You ain't never nothing. You ain't no champion. You ain't never no champion. And he says it to his father's face on camera.
Yeah.
And, he shuts down his father, makes him look like shit on camera, and then his
uncle
Roger's the same way, and they just talk mad shit to each other. And Roger just he's on trial for domestic abuse. He beat some girl up. I mean, that's the environment. And then Floyd smacks some girl, and he's got to go to jail for 90 days. Then letting him fight first. I mean, that's a crazy life.
Yeah,
that's part of his environment. But look how goddamn disciplined that dude is. The reason why Floyd is so good. Yeah. Floyd will get out. He'll go out clubbing, drinking water, and then with his jeans on, he'll run at like 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
He gets his truck to his driver, whoever the fuck he's got working for him, to drive the car behind him, and he'll just go run home at 1:30.
Do you think that's characterological? Meaning, do you think it's just in him? Meaning, at a certain point, it's like that so and so is disciplined. It's almost like they're not. That's just how their brain is. Like they're just like Floyd. It's not even. It's like I just gotta fucking run.
No. He's not that crazy. I think he's doing the work. I think he's just addicted to success, and I think he knows exactly what he has to do to be as good as he is, which is better than almost anybody. And I think his technical skill is only eclipsed by his work ethic, and that's what people don't understand. He's got great technical skill. He's a great boxer. He does.
You've seen him fight live?
Oh yeah,
he's on a different speed.
Yeah, he's also so accurate, and his timing is fucking genius, and he knows how to control a fight. He knows how to pace himself. He knows how to do anything. But one of the big things about that dude is he never gets tired. That guy's never even remotely tired. You never even see him slow down. He's never in a war where he has to dig down deep because someone's been rocking him. You know, when you start seeing fighters in those fights and they're covering up and they're bouncing off the ropes. The last time you saw that for Floyd Mayweather.
The guy that he ended up knocking out when the guy put his hands down was giving him a little something?
No, he wasn't. He wasn't hitting him with shit. All he was hitting him with was headbutts. The guy was throwing,
I agree.
Throwing a lot of punches.
I agree.
He throws a lot of punches, but Floyd is a goddamn expert at moving with punches and about sliding away from punches. The only guy that's ever hit him clean that I've ever seen in a modern fight, not when he was younger, when he was first starting out, but in a recent fight, is Sugar Shane Mosley. Caught him with the right hand and rocked him. But you know what he does? He fucking calms himself down.
Did he
puts his
fall?
Nope. But he got rocked. He got cracked. Boom.
I like that counts as like he got hit once. It's like most guys get knocked out. We're talking about like one time he got hit hard.
They all get hit, but he got hit.
Right. No,
got
like
hit to the point
but that's
where-
how fast he is that you're bringing up like in one time in 1998 a guy actually landed a punch clean.
Exactly. He's
But
not
that's
like,
I saw him fight Hatton and somebody else, and you just got like, this isn't even they're not even in the same league.
yeah, he's way too good for them. He's way too good, and Hatton started getting tired. I mean, and Hatton was a tough guy, but Hatton was also a partier, you know, and that's that fucked Hatton after he got out of the game. He got real big and started doing cocaine.
Oh, did he really?
He got caught with it, yeah. So, which is so sad when you see fighters that like they get out of the game and then they don't know what the fuck to do and they go crazy. It happened to Joe Louis. It happened to Sonny Liston. It happened to a lot of them. They don't know what to do. They just get fucking nutty. What a wild ride they've been on their whole life. Then all of a sudden you say, okay, no more craziness.
There should be a farm or something. I mean, for real, like, what do you do with Mike Tyson?
Well, I think Mike Tyson
like you're great at violence, and we have no use for it other than in that one thing that you can only really do until you're 27.
Well, Mike Tyson actually, I believe, has a one-man show in Vegas now, is what I've been hearing. And I've been hearing it's really good. And what it is he just sits down and tells stories of his life, just like that documentary. But they put a structure to it, and they know like he knows like how to do it. And apparently, he has a great stage presence, and apparently, it's really compelling because
that's great.
It's great.
Yeah,
you're sitting there with boxing history. How old are you?
38.
I'm 44. When I was in 1986, I was 19 years old, and I remember when Mike Tyson fights would come on. When I was maybe,
I remember.
Yeah. When Mike Tyson fights would come on, everybody would fucking gather around.
Yeah.
They would all gather around. It was something different. It wasn't like, hey, there's a boxing match this weekend. Even Marvin Hagler. I have become a Marvin Hagler fan.
Those fights were
assaults.
Primal.
Yeah.
There was something like where they're going to let a dog attack a like there's something. An animal is going to fight, like something horrifying is going to happen.
He's a part of the sport's history. There was no one I think today can appreciate how dominant he was when he was in his prime.
Yeah.
Especially amongst the general public. There's a few people that question whether or not, he'd ever fight a guy like Carl the Truth Williams. He had a really good jab. Apparently had great training sessions with him, and there was like Carl the Truth is the guy to beat Tyson.
Right.
But then by the time Tyson got to Carl the Truth, he fucked him up. Tyson was on a completely different level by that point.
Well, that's the thing. Those fights where he knocked dudes out in 40 seconds.
Well, Larry Holmes.
And people get mad, and it's like, well, he's that fucking good.
Larry Holmes was older when he fought him, so I would have loved to have seen a prime Larry Holmes, because Larry Holmes gave him a hard time with the jab in the first round. But in the second round, Tyson just started moving his head more, found his rhythm, eventually caught him with a monster punch, dropped him, and then knocked him out in a really fucked up way where his leg went backwards behind him and then went doing. Remember that? It was really, well, you looked at it, it was like his leg is fucked. And, Larry Holmes was a long-time heavyweight champion. Nobody had ever done that to Larry. Guys had beaten Larry, but nobody had ever done that to him.
Yeah.
So that guy was like, he's such a historic figure.
He made dudes look retarded.
It's scary.
He would literally make them look like they would pass out in a way. It's like, yo,
they would do crazy shit.
Yeah. People don't need to see that. Like, look like a drunk. He would make men look like drunk ants.
Yeah. Well, when he won the title, he did that. Remember? Who the fuck did he fight? That guy who was
Trevor Berbick?
Trevor Berbick wound up being a reverend and shit and doing a bunch of other nutty shit. I think he got murdered too. Why do I know?
He did a lot.
I feel like Trevor Berbick got murdered.
I don't think, I can't rule that out.
Yeah, that's very possible. But the idea of Mike Tyson telling you all those stories, what it was like to be that guy, back then when he was on top of the fucking world. I mean, he was a fucking monster.
The other thing about Mike Tyson is he's the Mike Tyson of self-loathing as well. Meaning he'll just be like, I'm a piece of shit. And it's like, whoa, man. But there's something so arresting about somebody saying that.
Yeah. Yeah, Trevor Berbick was murdered, man. Yeah. I mean, he won the title from Trevor Berbick. You remember that one thing that Tyson did for the movie where he's talking about his mindset as he was walking to the cage?
And they raped his sister or something?
No. He was walking. He goes, I'm walking to the cage. I'm nervous.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about this. I'm looking at the crowd. I'm looking at him. I'm trying to make eye contact. And as I get closer, I get more and more confident. I get inside. I'm a god. And he just, when it's just like the way he said it, like you're just thinking,
like, oh yeah,
what the fuck would it feel like if you had gotten
if you're trapped in a ring?
When he fought Leon, not Leon, when he fought Michael Spinks. That was one of the big fights of Tyson's career. And Michael Spinks was a former light heavyweight champion who had gone up to heavyweight and beaten Larry Holmes by decision. But there was a look in his eyes when they were reading, when the guy was going over the rules and they were looking at each other. Mike Tyson was just chomping back and forth and just staring.
Even
at
the
him
way
in
he'd
the
wear
eyes.
his towel,
And
he'd cut a hole in a towel. It's
and
like, fuck.
when you hear that quote attributed to that walk-in, and you think about that fight and what it must have been like to be Michael Spinks in the room with, at that moment, the most impressive heavyweight fighter in the history of the sport, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
You got to judge a guy on what he does to the tough fights when he's in his prime at his best. And Mike Tyson in his prime at his best would just run through dudes.
Well, that's what I wonder.
It's
What do you
horrific.
think happens if he fights Ali at his prime? It's not a match, right?
No, I think he might get Ali.
I think he just gets him in the first round.
I think he would get him. Henry Cooper knocked down Ali and had him badly hurt. And Customato what the fuck's his name? The guy that just died.
Bundini? Drew?
Anthony. Jesus Christ.
Oh, Bert Sugar?
No. Who was Sugar Ray Leonard's trainer? Angelo Dundee.
Yeah.
Angelo Dundee cut his gloves so that they would have time to recover. He got back to the corner and they cheated. They cut his fucking gloves because he got knocked down by Henry Cooper. Ali later, as he got older, got way better. But if they both had fought like when they were both the same age, when Tyson was 21 and Ali was 21, Tyson would have killed him.
Or even like the Thrill of Manila, or like the Foreman one.
But, a lot of people don't want to think of Ali in the later years because he got battered and beaten up, and they're absolutely right. But even at his best, he still got caught. Right. He got caught by something. He never fought anybody like Tyson.
Right.
He never fought anybody like the Tyson that fought Marvis Frazier. Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, no, that's
Do you
the thing.
remember how scary that was?
Yes, it was like the Christians and the Lions. It was fucking crazy.
And no one's confusing Muhammad Ali with Marvis Frazier, but I'm saying some of those might have got through. And if some of those got through, that would have been the end.
In my mind, Foreman would give him a fight.
Fuck yeah, he would.
Foreman from Africa?
Fuck yeah.
Foreman from When We Were Kings, like
Foreman would
that
fire
thing
back
with the heavy bag and shit. It's just like,
well, that's the thing. A good thing you could say about Ali as well, because Ali had an incredible chin. Ali could fucking take it. He could take it, but nobody ever hit him with the kind of combinations that Tyson was capable of throwing. Tyson threw ungodly things that had never existed in the heavyweight division before. Nobody had ever ripped the body to the head like the way he did, where he would throw that right hook to the body and then that right uppercut.
Straight, yeah.
And his whole body would torque. And my God.
Looks like the shark eating the dolphin thing where it's just like, yeah.
There's a lot of boxing people who totally disagree with me. And they say, oh, it's so disrespectful to Muhammad Ali and he was the greatest. He was amazing. But I think things evolve and athletes evolve. And you got to accept, if you want to try to put them era to era and say, well, what if Muhammad Ali grew up during Tyson's era?
Right. If
he would have been better. Muhammad Ali would have been better if he grew up in that generation, and that's not bullshit. Muhammad Ali was an amazing athlete, but he was an amazing athlete in the 1960s. If he was an amazing athlete in the year 2000, he'd be even fucking better. For sure, 100%. Right. But if you look at them as far as like it's just a window of time and compare if you could somehow or another get them in a room in the same physical state that they were both in
those guys
prime.
The way guys are ripped now is completely different.
Well, Tyson was on another level, dude. He was on another level. And he didn't sustain it, and he definitely imploded, and he went through. But when he was on, man, dudes would be terrified of him. Bruce Seldon went down to a miss. He hit him, and then Bruce Seldon winged a left hook on him, and he fucking stumbled at the ropes and fell. That might have been like some Kung Fu Fear shit.
Yeah.
Where he just knew the end was coming.